Video game releases have always had a lot of pressure to get successful sales numbers as a way of showing how well received the game was by the fans. Creating a game from scratch and making it a generational classic is not even close to an easy task, so you can imagine that games that did see huge success were really special titles. So why wouldn't you want to buy it twice? Or 3 times. Remakes and remasters are the latest big trend in the gaming world. Classic titles, or titles not even that old yet, are seeing new renditions of the same game for the current generation of hardware as an excuse to charge full price once again for the same game you probably already played before. Now, I don't have anything against remakes or remasters. Obviously these are really cool uses of the new technology that we have to our disposal so that, we can reinvent the old games that didn't look so good at the time. But I'd be lying if I said when this trend started becoming really widespread, I was a little confused as to why it was happening, all at once. I mean, other than obviously to make the games look better, what were the company's reasons behind all of these remakes? Well, today I want to go through that answer with you guys and dissect it to the best of my ability with all that I know and have seen for the past year watching these previously released games being rolled out, and hopefully help you all walk away with a better understanding as to why there are so many remastered games. Just like there's so much of my Patreon. If you want to support the channel, gain access to exclusive videos that'll never go to YouTube, or be able to watch my channel videos earlier than when I usually upload them, feel free to check the link in the description below and become a Patreon member today. Now let's just get the most obvious answer other than, making the games look better out of the way. And that's the fact that game developers make remasters because they're lazy as shit. Okay, let me explain. This isn't a diss or anything. This video was supposed to be out yesterday. I'm no better. But look at it this way. If a game did so well on its first run, made you so much money, and the community was still playing it years after its release, in the perspective of the game company, let's just be honest. You'd be stupid to not get lazy and pump out some sort of remaster or remake with extra content. That's just some of the easiest money that you can make from a business perspective. Think of long-running games like Grand Theft Auto 5 or The Sims 4. The reason that these games can get away with releasing new updates is because they have enough players buying into them and supporting the releases. Even though a majority of gamers don't like this, the campaign for Grand Theft Auto 6 has been going on for however many years now, money talks way better than people online. So the companies are really only gonna abide by what, Benjamin Franklin has to say, if you know what I mean. But this ties into another reason for all the remakes and remasters, which is the fact that making sequels, threequels, or fourquels, you're welcome, I just gave you 2 new words, or any game after that, sometimes if it's a story game, companies may not have captivating ideas yet for the next entry in whatever series, so instead of baking on possibly ruining the series, they'll just remaster a game that they know everyone already loves until they can find ideas for something new. There's so many examples of something like this happening. For instance, in franchises like the Halo series, they've had multiple occasions where instead of having a year where they released a new entry, they instead released a remastered version of an older title, like the 2011 remaster of Halo Combat Evolved. Not only does this buy them some time, it's also a good way to catch up the newer generation of players in the franchise while still tending to the nostalgia of the OG players as an attempt to please everybody. And it's also a good way for them to make use of the new technology and add new game features that weren't possible on the older hardware, like the recent Resident Evil 4 remake. Because there's just no way I can play any other version of this game with how detailed these characters are. I mean, look at those hair follicles. So overall, games that get reinvented are done so for the purpose of easy money, familiarizing new gamers with classic stories, and as a way of keeping longtime players with something until a new and ambitious project is finished. I'm sure you could tie in other factors, like gaming deals and acquisitions, pushing companies to make something, and, remasters being the result of this, but again, it'll likely fall under one of these 3 reasons I mentioned. As far as the re-releases go, I enjoy a good release of a game that I never played before, like The Last of Us. You know, that was something that I was actually looking forward to buying. But for something I already did play, I can have an easier time not picking it up, because while the new graphics are cool, you know, and enticing and everything, I still do believe that nothing can beat the original. So what do you guys think about the remasters and remakes, man? Are you guys a fan of them? Do you not like them? You know, feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, leave a like on the video, subscribe, check out the Patreon if you're interested. We got some bangers over there. And I'll see y'all.